Conclusion. With diabetes so rampant in the world, you or someone you know and love has it and may not even know it. It's not just a national health crisis, but a global one. If someone in your family has it, you may be worried that you'll be predisposed to it. If you know that a family member has it, there are things you can do to mitigate your chances of developing it. And if you already have diabetes, you may be wondering if it's a death sentence. You don't have to just accept your lot in life. The choices you make will have a huge effect on whether or not you get the disease and how you live with it if you already have it. By making some smart decisions and taking the appropriate actions, you can live with diabetes without medications. Yes, a person who has a family history of diabetes, be it type 1 or type 2, does have an increased chance of being diagnosed with it. Just because someone in your family has it doesn't mean you will. Evidence has shown that the best way to stop diabetes, manage it, and potentially reverse it is in changing how you eat and getting more exercise, not medical treatments. What's diabetes once more? Remember, diabetes is the result of when the body is unable to use glucose properly. It starts when sugar or glucose enters into the bloodstream after the digestive system breaks down food and the pancreas releases the insulin hormone. The insulin tells the cells that it needs to absorb the sugar in the bloodstream and use it for fuel. When a person has diabetes, it means the process isn't functioning as it should be. Some people may find that their pancreas isn't working right and unable to produce the amount of insulin needed. A lack of this insulin means the cells can't take in sugar. For others, it could be that the body is producing insulin, but the cells cannot respond to the process. In either case, the body is unable to use sugar as it should. The sugar continues milling around the bloodstream, accumulating. When this happens, they interact with proteins that lead to the development of advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These are devastating on the body, damaging all parts of the body: eyes, nerves, kidneys, arteries, brain. A person with diabetes may experience an array of diabetes-related complications, such as arteriosclerosis, cataracts, kidney failure, Alzheimer's. Diabetes genetic factor. Scientists are in agreement that genetics does play a role in type 1 and type 2 diabetes, but it's just one factor. Identical twin studies were done for type 1 diabetes. In half of the subjects, both twins developed type 1 diabetes. Researchers feel breastfeeding, environmental factors, and viruses had an effect on the genetic disposition. However, with type 2 diabetes, family has a huge role in developing the disease. And even though family does have a role in it, it's not sure if genes are a factor. The key factor behind type 2 diabetes is weight, overweight, and obesity. Yes, genetics do play a role in obesity, but family lifestyles and food choices play an even bigger role. If one were to break the cycle of bad habits, it would mean a break in the diabetes cycle. Evidence suggests that a person has the power to determine if they allow the disease to control them or them control it. The World Health Organization, WHO, said healthy lifestyle choices could reduce diabetes progression by nearly 60%. And this would also break the need for medications by 30%. You have the power to control your diabetes. The best choice you can make in your life is to instill healthy lifestyle changes, such as eating better and getting more exercise. Why is that? When you exercise, the cells use glucose for its fuel. Since they need fuel, the cells can respond better to insulin, allowing them to consume much of the glucose that's accumulated in the blood. Various studies have shown that high-intensity exercise, even just 10 minutes of exercise, can have a significant impact on the body's ability to be more sensitive to insulin. A look at 8 studies show that intense exercise can decrease blood sugar levels for up to 3 days afterward. The evidence is even more notable with dieting. When you consume a lot of sugar and carbs, the body has to generate a plethora of insulin to handle the excess glucose. Due to the amount of strain the body has put about it, it reacts in one of 2 ways: stops producing insulin or doesn't respond to the amount produced. By changing how and what you eat, you can change how the body handles sugar. Without a lot of sugar being consumed, the body can handle what it already has, which means it responds healthily. There's a lot of research that proves this point. In one study, obese type 2 diabetic patients underwent significant changes after going on a low-carb diet. Blood sugar levels went back to normal, and they had a 75% increase in hormone insulin response. Due to the amount of research done on diabetes and low-carb diets, many healthcare professionals have changed how they've dealt with diabetic patients. In fact, many doctors and nutritionists have advised patients to do a low-carb diet to get control over their diabetes.